the home of the Eagles. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. This returnable from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
On first and 10, Jackson. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll be second down. Bateman is the motion man. Second down, Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it'll bring up second down. Jackson up top again. He keeps it himself. Whoa! A big play there for Baltimore. 32 yards. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is first and goal. The design run here with Jackson. And he will power his way into the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Britton Covey now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. First and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Has an opening past the 40. Saquon Barkley. And he will dive into the end zone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. A return now from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Henry.
Number 22, Derek Henry, small carry. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Gonna go right back to Henry. And he's gonna get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the option, they give it to Henry. He's got it. That's a first down up across midfield and down to the 47-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Derek Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore. So they take it the distance. The running back carrying it. Greg, looks like a little EA college football type play, but we see more and more of it in the NFL every day.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to the play is the threat of the quarterback pulling it and keeping it himself. You see the defender on the end of the line. That's his read. He gets caught flat-footed. Next thing you know, the running back has it through the crease, and he's gone.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Kyle Hamilton, the versatile defender, with the good coverage there.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
A gain of 16 yards. Good for an Eagles first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Remember, Mike, he's already had a touchdown earlier in the first quarter, and at the way this game has started off, it looks like this defense is going to have their hands full stopping this guy.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Once again, it's Barkley.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he's going to take this all the way home. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often. And boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. He'll start at the 4. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Pistol give to Henry. The ball comes out, and the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
What you love about these running backs, Mike, is that their confidence is that they can make every play a big play. But in this case, sometimes you have to know, all right, it's over. Cut my losses, try to get back to the original line of scrimmage and survive to the next down, but tries to make this play extended, takes a big loss. Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Derrick Henry. The speed on display. He's in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. A hit, and he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll go again here with Henry. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. Here's Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. Third down and 9. From the gun, Jackson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's incomplete. Daring Hall on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs. Now Barkley. Second down and 3. They run out of the gun with Barkley. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
They tried the same thing and a similar result. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Here comes fourth down. They're indeed going. It's Hurts. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to tuck it and go.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And now it's fourth down. Dotson, the man in motion. On fourth down, the snap comes to Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the safety, Kyle Hamilton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down, a pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll run. It's Henry. Yeah. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Running from the pistol with Barkley. Took that one outside, waiting for that cutback lane, but it never developed. No gain on the carry.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. for no gain.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And this ball incomplete on third down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
They'll throw on fourth down with Hurts. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. On play action, here's Jackson. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tucker for the point after. He's got it. And the Ravens have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Covey now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. On the handoff, this is Barkley. He'll be brought down after a short pickup. Through at the 29. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. Here's a 2nd and 9. In motion, the tight end Uzomah. They'll run the toss to Barkley. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. In motion, the tight end Uzomah. On 3rd down, they'll go with Saquon. Barkley's got the first down and more. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. Big-time play for Philly. And even 30 yards. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end Uzomah. They'll run the counter with Barkley. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now, Hurts. He's going to run it. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner, it is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
And he's out of bounds, very close to the 40-yard line.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, Ravens.
Jackson now to throw on first down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Reed Blankenship had the tight coverage and comes up with the defensive play. On third down, Jackson. A deep shot for Aguilar. That one is batted away, incomplete. No separation that time, tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And the rush is going to get there. He'll go down. They were taking a big risk, going for it in their own territory. It will not pay off. It's a turnover on downs. They'll run it here with Saquon.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. In motion, the tight end, Uzama. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
You have to appreciate the effort. The guy's given everything he has to try to make something out of nothing, but understand sometimes you just have to live to survive another down and not take a big loss.
3rd and long for Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
That's a really good effort on 3rd down, just trying to make something happen. He did well to get what he got, but it's not enough for a first.
Waste of time.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. Hurts to throw. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Ravens. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Ravens are in front. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They're going to be set up with a short field. What a tremendous kick return.
And for a team that didn't show a whole lot of fight in this first half, Mike, that's a heck of a way to start quarter number 3. Oftentimes, when the offense or the defense finds themselves struggling, it's the special teams that light a fire into these guys. And I'll tell you, that's a heck of a return to give this offense great starting field position.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Ravens' 22-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
In motion, the tight end Uzama. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. Gain of 12 and a first down.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Elliott on now for the PAT. And this one is blocked. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Aguilar goes off in motion. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Josh Sweat there on the tackle. 2nd and 7. We're going to go right back to Henry. Oh, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go again here with Henry. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. He's got it inside the 5. And he's into the end zone. Mark Andrews. Down Baltimore. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Point after now from Tucker. And he missed it. It's no good. One of the few things that's gone wrong so far. So they're unable to add one more point onto this big lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. So, a couple of first downs will give them 1st and 10. They're at the 41. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. He's inside the 25. And he will score again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, and this one is blocked. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On the option, they give it to Henry. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
This is Henry. And some good blocking, springing up. A gain of 9 as we get to 3rd down. Here's Jackson going up top and looking for Flowers. And he will score. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. As he took up number 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run. It's Barkley. Saquon Barkley inside the 20. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the 2nd half. And now, after the big play, got to cut that celebration short because they're going to stay out and go for 2. The pressure got to him. He was hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
their own 32-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. A first down throw for Jackson. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down. And
Derrick Henry inside the 40. Derrick Henry. And he will go all the way. Incredible run. 70 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. And make it a hat trick. That is his third rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Here's Gainwell to return. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. In motion, the tight end Uzama. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On second down, Barkley. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On third down, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off. And now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on one or two of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the Eagles first down on what will be a big play there on fourth and long.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Now he takes off. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Hurts. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Kyle Hamilton, the versatile defender, with the good coverage there. Off the play fake, Hurts. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Hurts. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a lot with that one. It's no good. 1st and 10. Everything's going wrong. Unable to cut into this big deficit. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line. Maybe a yard. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. So, back and forth they go. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll motion over Flowers. On 3rd down, here's a run by Henry. On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. Saquon Barkley to the 20. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 80 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Hardy now with the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. On the handoff, it's Henry. Lots of space past the 45. And he'll finally be taken down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll run it with Henry. Ooh. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. Trying him for trying to escape. The defense, though, was on that. Finally, they bring him down behind the line. 3rd and 5. Pistol give to Henry. He will have a Ravens first down. It was 3rd and 5, and they picked up 7.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the first down.
Wow, it wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered. They finally got him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of yardage. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down. Lamar going to work from the pistol. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
That's going to be caught. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. That was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead, so really not...
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
From his end zone, it's Hurts. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. They've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot. I really like this defensive play call. Knowing the offense is backed up on their own territory, take the fight to them. You know their first order of business is they're just trying to get some breathing room. Don't give it to them. Go attack. It's exactly what they were able to do, and that hit is what ultimately led to that incompletion.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Backed up to his own goal line, Hurts.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
1st and goal, and it's Henry. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Henry. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
3rd and goal for Jackson. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Fourth down, Jackson. Taking off, and he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Covey now on the return. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Hurts. He's going to keep it himself. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Mike, anytime you're preparing to play a quarterback like this, the defense has to be prepared to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, we can see clearly why he is such a threat with his legs.
He'll run again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Hurts again. He'll tuck it and take off. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He has scored a season's worth of touchdowns in one game. That's number 7 so far. Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the 2-point conversion. Man in motion is Smith. Now it's Hurts. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for